What's up, everybody? It's the big dog named Austin back at you again. The Indianapolis Colts host the Chicago Bears. Real close, about 3 hours away. The Chicago Bears come to town. They are 1-1 after losing to the Houston Texans last week on Sunday night, 19-13. Week 1, when they got their first and only win against the Tennessee Titans, they didn't score a single offensive touchdown. The Chicago Bears offense hasn't really gotten things going. Caleb Williams, rookie quarterback out of USC, he is off to a start. 37 of 66 total in the season for 267 yards and 2 picks. Now, Caleb Williams also leads the team in rushing through 2 games. 10 carries for 59 yards. The leading receiver for the Chicago Bears, DJ Moore, 11 catches for 89 yards. Needless to say, the Chicago Bears offense hasn't really been getting it done. Now, on the flip side, the Indianapolis Colts offense has been hot and cold. They've been really good at points, and they've also been kind of trash at points. Anthony Richardson looked the worst that he has looked in the NFL last week against the Green Bay Packers, throwing a lot of bad interceptions. And the Chicago Bears defense, more specifically, is that type of team that can take the ball away and create those turnovers. So you're going to have to pay attention to that with Anthony Richardson. I honestly think, now I know earlier in the season I said that they need to kind of not eliminate, that's kind of the message that's been echoed throughout the Indianapolis media preseason. Now, you're here. Jonathan Taylor's running the ball really well. The Colts are leading yards per attempt and rushing in the league. Like, they're running the ball really well. They're just not running the ball enough. Now, you can say what you want to say. Last week we were down 10 and we had to pass the ball. As of now, you're not going to beat anybody with Anthony Richardson's arm. He can make long bomb throws, but he's not going to slice and dice you. He's not going to pinpoint you. He's not going to dot you up, as the kids say nowadays. But he is 26 of 53 for 416 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. 3 interceptions coming last week against the Green Bay Packers. Not a good game. Not a good game at all. I thought Jonathan Taylor ran really well. I think you're going to see a heavy dose of Jonathan Taylor in this game. I think that you should run with Anthony Richardson as well, because you've got this dynamic of Anthony Richardson and Jonathan Taylor in the backfield that you said all season. Not me, just me. Everybody around the organization said that, this backfield tandem was going to be something to mess with. Like, okay, and now here we are, and I feel like Anthony Richardson hasn't ran that much. I could be wrong. He's ran a little bit, but not too many designed runs. And I thought last week would have been a perfect time to bring up designed runs for Anthony Richardson. I just haven't felt like they've been calling him. I wonder if the Colts feel like they have to get a lead. I wonder if the Colts feel like they have to get ahead in order for Anthony Richardson to come out and run the ball a little bit, milk out that clock. Jonathan Taylor's running the hell out of the ball. Like I said, he has 28 carries for 151 yards and a touchdown. He's running the ball really well. The more and more you feed him, man, the more and more he's going to lead you to success. I think that he is the bell cow of our team. Now, Michael Pittman Jr. this week is actually questionable. So if you don't have your number 1 receiver, who actually hasn't been getting that many receptions, if you don't have your number 1 receiver, you look to Jonathan Taylor to take some more responsibility. But I say that Michael Pittman Jr. hasn't really been the number 1 receiver so far this season. Alec Pierce leads the team in receptions and yards. 8 catches, 181 yards, 2 touchdowns. Alec Pierce has balled out so far this season. I'm really impressed with him. Also, this week, the Indianapolis Colts get back Josh Downs, who I feel will be an excellent addition to this offense. This offense has been stifled a little bit. I wonder if Josh Downs can bring that extra dynamic, that extra safety valve, the extra guy, just one open guy that Anthony Richardson can kind of check down to, kind of throw to, because he's kind of that slot receiver position, the quick routes. Now, I would label this as a must-win. The Chicago Bears 1-1. They look like a solid defense, not so much on offense. They haven't allowed more than 20 points in the last 8 games dating back to last season. So this Chicago Bears defense is pretty good. And Matt Eberflus making his return to Indianapolis. We have some familiarity with him as fans. He was the defensive coordinator here in Indianapolis. Was a pretty solid defensive coordinator. Had his ups, had his downs. I would say his best game that he had ever coached here in Indianapolis was when we were on the road in 2019 against Kansas City on Sunday night. I think the final score of that game ended up being like 19-13. And that was one of the better defensive played games I think I'd ever seen as a Colts fan. We slowed down Patrick Mahomes and held him to 13 points. By the way, Patrick Mahomes in the regular season, has a 1-2 record against the Indianapolis Colts. Just thought I'd throw that out there. But yes, the Chicago Bears coming in at 1-1. The Colts are actually favored by 1 point. I don't really know where to go with this game because I know how big this game is for a Colts fan. Because in the last 30 years, 132 teams have started 0-3. One team out of those has made the playoffs. So you can't start 0-3 and expect to make it to the playoffs. And especially in a competitive AFC like this is, you have to win. This is a must-win for the Indianapolis Colts. I don't want to say that the season's over. If we lose this game, I really don't. Because then you got Pittsburgh coming to town, and by the way, I know the Chicago Bears have a fantastic fan base, and they love to travel. And especially now, look, when I went to Detroit for that draft, there were 3 fan bases that were the most represented. The Detroit Lions, the Chicago Bears were number 2, and the Green Bay Packers. All 3 of them for the AFC North. But all 3 of them have great fan bases, especially the Chicago Bears. A couple Bears fans come up to me, talk some shit, this, that, and the other, whatever. I know the Bears fans are going to show up and show out in Lucas Oil Stadium. I see those tickets on the secondary market. I know how much Bears fans want to come to Indianapolis. This is a cheap ticket compared to what you get at Soldier Field. Welcome, Chicago Bears fans. Last time you guys came here, 2016, you guys left with an L. I think it's the same deal. The Indianapolis Colts are taking this one. Sorry about it. Let's go Colts. This is a pretty big game. This is a pretty big deal. You cannot go 0-3. I don't know. The only saving grace, I think, in this game is the fact that the Chicago Bears offense is not that great. They're not, they might get theirs. Maybe our defense will step it up. But if you can limit the turnovers and limit the sacks, which the Chicago Bears are excellent at getting both. If you can do those 2 things, you're going to win this football game. Josh Downs will be a big addition to this offense. Let's hope he's ready to go 100%. Let's hope he stays healthy because he was really having a good training camp before he got tackled by the actual NFL leading tackler, Nick Cross. What's it say when your safety is the leading tackler in the NFL? The defense has got to step it up. In order to win, you just got to play defense. But that's all I've got, man. That's all I've got. Chicago Bears, Indianapolis Colts, Lucas Oil Stadium on Sunday at 1 o'clock. I am the big dog named Austin. Please subscribe to my channel. Like this video. Share this video with all your buddies, all your fellow Bears fans and Colts fans, all that. And share it to share it to your mom. I'm sure she'd love to watch it. Share it to your brother. Show your dog. I don't know. I'm the big dog. Go Colts!